We're getting you the first pictures that show the arrival viewers of the Ukraine delegation in Belarus. We can see some of them getting off that helicopter, and 4 people can be seen on the screen. One is continuing to be in the helicopter. We're seeing that they're coming out of that, and they're also now arriving. The first pictures of the arrival of the Ukraine delegation for those crucial negotiations between Russia and Ukraine. Day 5 of Russian invasion. Finally, talks are going to be held. Russian delegation already present in Belarus. The talks have begun. They have started. We are getting you the first pictures of when they landed in Belarus. First pictures of the Ukrainian delegation. 4 people can be seen on the screen, and 1 continues to be in the helicopter.
And on your screens for the first time, these are the inside visuals which we are showing. These are the visuals of the chopper, of the soldiers coming out. We are also going to get you the visuals of inside the meeting room where the conference is happening. But prior to that, I'm getting you these visuals of the Ukrainian delegation getting out of that chopper. And while we show you the full screen visuals of these, we're also going to get you a video from inside. We are getting a live visual from inside the meeting room where all preparation is done. The Ukrainian and the Russian delegation is already there. These are the visuals of the Ukrainian delegation getting out. And if you could just show 50-50 the visuals of inside the room as well. 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 And those are the visuals on your screen. 50-50. On the left is the Ukrainian delegation coming out of that chopper and going for the location. And on the right are the inside visuals of the meeting room where the meeting is going to happen within the next few minutes. The only Indian channel, Republic is the only media network to get the access for you. You can see the inside visuals as well, preparations being done. This is going to be the room on which every world leader is going to be having an ear on. They all want to know what happens minute to minute, second to second in that room when the Ukrainian and the Russian delegation come face to face right there. And on the left is the visual of the Ukrainian delegation coming out of the chopper. So on your screens, these are two visuals which we are trying to show you. On your left is the Ukrainian delegation getting out of the chopper, trying to reach the location, and we are getting you the visuals of that room as well, of that hall as well, where you have the Ukrainian and the Russian delegation arriving within the next few minutes. So yes, while there is violence, while there are missiles being launched, shooting happening on the streets of Ukraine, the Ukrainian delegation has arrived right there in that room where we have the visuals of the media has been allowed inside, and we are getting you those visuals first of the Ukrainian and the Russian delegation are going to sit face to face. Why there is chaos, why there is mayhem, while there is mayhem on the streets of Ukraine, and not one, every major city of Ukraine has been attacked. And then according to the Russian media, the Russian Defense Ministry has issued a statement today claiming complete control of the Ukrainian airspace. So while the Ukrainian delegation, of whose visuals we are showing you as we speak on screen, come on table to have some kind of a discussion with the Russians have taken over the Ukrainian or the complete Ukrainian airspace. So it's not going to be that easy. This delegation is going to be very, very significant. Simultaneously, not an easy job to get Putin to agree to go back. And will Putin go back from this point? There is chaos in complete Ukraine. Ukraine is the largest European country after Russia. And post-90, or rather pre-1991, there has been only for few years prior to World War I. That is the only short time of frame when Ukraine was independent. Otherwise, Ukraine has been traditionally under Russia's control. And that is exactly what Putin is trying to do again. But is this justified? All of those discussions are going to take place in that room of whose visuals we are showing you. And the left visuals are also very, very important, where you can see the Ukrainian delegation, especially initially they were not in agreement to come and have this discussion, but at the end of the day they have decided to come on the table. The Russians have been playing the hardball. As this meeting is happening or will begin within the next few minutes, we are going to get you the visuals of both the delegation members arriving there and then that meeting beginning. But even prior to that, or while this meeting is on, and these are the live visuals from inside that room, we are beaming live visuals to you viewers. You can see this is the hall where the meeting between the delegations, the Ukrainians and the Russians, are going to be present there within the next few minutes itself. And these are the live visuals coming in from that hall there. And that's going to be very, very significant. And I was just mentioning that the Ukrainians, we have seen at least 60% of the Ukrainian men coming out and then joining the Ukrainian resistance force against the Russians. And that is something which the Russians might not have accepted. We have also seen a statement being issued by the Ukrainian government, the official Ukrainian government, which mentions the numbers of the Russian soldiers being gunned down in thousands. So it's not easy for Russia as well. So while Putin decided to invade Ukraine, this meeting, these live visuals which we are beaming you as we speak, this meeting is going to be very, very important, because if Russia and Ukraine are not able to come to some kind of consensus, if this mayhem, if this violence, if this war is not, if not completely, temporarily stopped, the people of Ukraine are going to face an uphill task, because we've seen grocery stores being looted, we've seen kindergartens being bombarded, we've seen civilian residences, buildings being bombarded, residences being destroyed, schools being brought down to dust. So all these visuals have been coming in from the streets of Ukraine, and not one city. At least 15 to 16 major cities of Ukraine are under attack. And according to the Russian media, they've taken over the Ukrainian airspace as of today morning, around 4 to 5 hours prior. There was an official Russian statement issuing that they have taken over the Ukrainian airspace, though there has been no counter confirmation or denial from the Ukrainian counterpart. So the Ukrainian government has been quiet about it. The Belarus, and this meeting is happening in the Gomel area. Gomel happens to be in Belarus. So this is initially, Rhythm, Ukraine was not ready to have this meeting, have this dialogue in Belarus. They wanted it to happen in Warsaw, but then Russia had put its foot down. And while this conversation will happen, there is still violence. War is happening on the streets of Ukraine. Europe is at war, and while this is happening, also on the other side, Rhythm, you have at least 3 European countries not only giving financial aid, but military aid and open military aid to Ukraine. So it's Russia versus the West, it's Russia versus Europe right now.